his lessons, because as we've seen throughout, so far, he's been playing really sort of, committed rugby. But as Mark Nonu we're talking about,
Yes.
I don't even know if he's still got his dreads. I think he's cut his dreads. But, I think he's better if he just, they don't take a chance with him at all, keepers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, well, we'll move on, I suppose. Before we go on to our final part, of our show, I just want to see what the rest of you are going to be doing for Easter. And because you haven't said too much of late there, JT, we'll start off with you, eh?
Well, I felt like I'd been put into a cave and I needed to be coming out on Monday. After that, garble. It's my wife's birthday today, so happy birthday, darling.
Oh, nice.
She's, I don't know how old she is, 46 or something, 45 maybe. So we've got, I've been down to the library earlier in the week and I've got a whole heap of books out, and I managed to find a copy of Romeo and Juliet on DVD, so having some friends around tonight. Nah, we're getting on the drink tonight, don't worry about that, so yeah. Got people coming around, my mum's come up from Melbourne, which is cool. So I've got a few family and friends coming around as well, and we'll have a good night tonight to celebrate her birthday, and Easter, eh? Cool.
Yes, awesome stuff. What about you, Reno? What are you going to be doing in Easter?
Yeah, just getting ready to head up to the Warriors game today, mate. Depending on the weather, it's supposed to turn to wet tomorrow, so Mike wants a little moko, jump on his little motorbike and rip around. But just pretty well laid back, just counting down the weeks before the big whānau trip overseas, mate.
Awesome. What about you, Ra? What are you going to be doing this Easter?
Oh, just a quiet one, Keith. He said he's not eating any eggs, but it's one of those days today. Weather will dictate a lot. Could be mowing the lawns and sort of settling back for a couple of weekdays. But we're pretty much just sort of looking forward to Anzac, which is this coming week on the Thursday. Our guy is hosting duties in Tolaga Bay, so that's going to be a big one for back home there, and. And what is going to be a short week, and I'll probably catch up with you next week.
Absolutely. Right, now, for me, my Easter kind of started early. I had the day off on Thursday, so I have had, obviously, yesterday off as well. So I had 2 days off, just spending it with my moko for the most part. Went around visiting whānau and that with the moko. Tomorrow it's actually... going away for a lunch. Well, not going away, just going to Manatuke. Of course, our old boss there, he's going to be celebrating his 70th birthday.
Oh, Uncle Fred, eh?
Yeah.
Still a spring chicken, eh?
Absolutely. So I'm going to be heading off over to Manatuke to share in his... to share his birthday, I suppose, with the rest of the whānau who got the invite. Not sure who else got the invite, but I know our whānau certainly did. So we'll be spending a bit of time with our old ex-boss there, and just spending more whānau time. I guess that's pretty much on the cards for me this Easter. So, well, there we go. Anyway, hope everybody enjoys your Easter weekend, that is for sure. As we move on to our final part, the part that I guess really riles us up, the part that I certainly look forward to.
You're an angry man, Keith. You're an angry man.
I guess so. Anyway, it's the part that we call... Put the Boot In! I'm going to do something a little bit, well, not even real different, but I've got two boots. I'm going to use my left and my right boot, I suppose. My first boot, put the boot in, goes into myself, because last weekend I just did a makeup put the boot in when I knew I had already had in my mind who to put the boot into, but I just forgotten who it was on Saturday. And my boot should have gone into the person or persons who were involved in the the hit and run that occurred last week on Wednesday. Just left two guys out on the road, just just hit them out on the road, and I thought that was just incredible. Big story here in Gisborne last week. So, me forgetting that was my put the boot in, that's who my first put the boot in goes into. My second put the boot in, now, I'm not even really sure who it goes into. Is it the council? Is it the transport, Ministry of Transport, or I'm not really sure. But we had a grand opening of the Gladstone Road Bridge, we had a grand reopening of the Gladstone Road Bridge. And the funny thing was, it was only one half of the bridge that was done. The other half looks exactly like it was last year or a few years ago, or when they certainly got it started. So, like I said, I'm not really sure who I'm putting the boot into, but I tell you what, both sides of the Gladstone Road Bridge, and I think a lot of people out there in Gisborne agree with me, both sides of the Gladstone Road Bridge should have been done before there was any reopening of the Gladstone Road Bridge. So there you go, that's my Put the Boot In!
Well, when one of our full-time staff does a double boot, it's called being a wuss in boot. So consider, I'm not a puss in boots, but a wuss in boots. So Keithy had to say there, but my boot's going into the media, yes. That illustrious band of brothers and sisters who work in the same game as us, for making some comments in the Christchurch, the concert on Wednesday, the Aroha Ki o Kaitahi, the concert about the 660 band, something that the lyrics were not appropriate, and it offended the people who were there. Apparently didn't offend anybody. They just loved the nature of all the Kiwi artists that turned up and showed their support for the cause. Once again, the media, sort of looking for something to bring up and to keep themselves in jobs. I think they just need to pull their heads in and just look at, the good and the money it's raised to help people down there. Nothing else really matters. So that's my Put the Boot In.
Put the Boot In!
Yeah, I'll put one into the opposition party, National Party, who are now done a U-turn on support of reopening the Pike at River Mine. So the re-entry many years ago when it all happened, and they decided, well, no, they're not going to. No one's going to enter. That was under, obviously, the previous Prime Minister, Mr. Honeki. But this time, Mr. Bridges wants to grab the votes because he's right behind in the votes. Jacinda. Man, she's just so powerful at the moment. Everyone's talking about her worldwide. But anyway, the U-turn of National Party. They want to try and get the votes down on the West Coast to come their way for the elections next year. So put the boot into the National Party.
Put the boot in!
Yeah, this week mine goes out to these idiot vegan protesters across Australia who have formed blockades, disrupting workplaces, creating traffic chaos. Nothing but a bunch of hippies. Not enough iron in their diet, I reckon. It's mucking with their wiring. They need to put some pork on their fork, some beef between their teeth. They need to eat some turkey jerky or some duck. Mate, if I want to have a duck a l'orange or a filet mignon, that's my choice. So these idiots need to go and have a wash, put on some deodorant and shave their armpits. That's my Put the Boot In.
Put the Boot In! It's amazing the people out there that, I don't know what it is with people like that, JT. I just don't know. If you want to eat meat, let people eat meat. If you don't want to eat meat, well, don't eat the damn thing. But I just don't get people like that, JT. Just don't get them.
Once again, it's only a minority of these bogan idiots that, don't allow people to do what they want to do with their, in terms of their dietary requirements or what.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. It's annoying. They're causing chaos to workplaces and traffic, and it's not happening as their cause. Anyone that blocks people on their day-to-day, make more enemies, and mate, these hippies need to go and get a job.
Yeah, absolutely, agree with you. Now, Reno, 9 years ago, 2010 is when Pike River occurred. 2010. That's a long time for whānau down there to have to grieve, and still are grieving, isn't it? Man, it's just been a long, long time. And you've got to feel sorry for that whole community down there, really, eh?
Well, when their government was in power and they didn't want to do any kind of form of opening, I can totally understand logistically and the safety side of it, totally understand that. But all of a sudden now they've made a U-turn on it, like you say, 9 years later, and want to support this current government with the reopening. They're grasping for votes because obviously preferred Prime Minister, Mr. Bridges, is way behind and their party's dropping back. And that's on what... this lovely lady's done since Christchurch, and you hear about her in worldwide magazines as such, some of the most powerful. I think she's just got announced as the second most powerful woman in the world.
That's right.
At this time. So, they're grasping for everything, and no surprise, they want to re-enter the mine. No surprise at all.
Of course.
It ain't going to work for them, though.
No, it's not. It's not going to work at all. It's going to be... Well, I don't know how long it's going to be before they're going to get another chance or another shot at it, but it's going to be a little while. Certainly, Rino, I think it's going to be a little while before we see another national government in there. At least they can combine with, I don't know, who knows who they could combine with, but it's going to be a tough one. What was that, JT?
Let's hope it's a while before we see them idiots back in power.
Fair enough.
His National Party of New Zealand.
Yeah.
Mate, if you're suffering from insomnia, go and listen to that idiot talk.
Indeed. Now, Ra, I tell you what, that bloody media, eh?
Media. Get a job with them, mate. Get a job with them.
Yeah.
You'll be in the perfect place. But I don't know what 660 song it was. It might have been that White Lines or Don't Forget Your Roots. But a lot of these Kiwi bands go to their own time to raise money for the cause, and it just takes media, looking for ammunition, looking for something.
Something from nothing.
Oh, something for nothing, Keithy, and it's always going to be, sadly. But just then to take a hard nut pill and just think of the bigger picture, which was the raising money.
Yeah, no, they got to try and get more people to listen to their voices, or I don't know. Man, just the rubbish media
attention
for you.
Seekers, Kiki, attention seekers,
Absolutely. Anyway, Ra, it's been awesome being able to catch up with you once again. Look forward to, having a bit of a chat maybe on Wednesday. Yes, definitely. Wednesday.
Yeah, bro.
Of course,
have a good one, and to all our listeners out there, be safe on the roads, and have a happy Easter.
Rino, I know you're going to be really enjoying watching your moko playing later on this evening, so you enjoy that, and also enjoy the rest of Easter, eh?
Yeah, thanks, guys. Always good to catch up on a Saturday morning. Like Ra said, to everyone out there travelling, the Easter weekend, the traffic was just diabolical yesterday and Thursday, so please drive with care. Very excited, mate. Proud moment for the whānau, taking mumsy up there as well, their first ever Warriors game. Got a lot there to do as well when I get there, and just to see the moko when we took him up there when he was 2, 4 years later, running around on the footy field. So proud moment, mate, and enjoy the long weekend.
Indeed. And JT, we wish your wife all the best for her birthday today. Big happy birthday. And you and the rest of the whānau over there enjoy the rest of Easter, eh?
Yeah, will do, mate. Actually, Reno, I've got Aaron and his boys coming around as well. Aaron, mate.
Oh, awesome.
The best cheesecake I've ever had, hands down, 100%. So check out, I'm at your garden.
Turanga FM.